Hi guy, today I'm gonna talk about this tube I recently seen. He was talking about scholars. He was saying the top Muslim scholars is not believing in the gospel of Barnabas being the true gospel of Jesus. And he himself also in another video dispute the gospel of Barnabas as being the gospel of Jesus. So he and another top scholar, so this two person. So that is giving a problem. But I keep telling you that Gospel of Barnabas is a holy book, and because it is holy book, and there are the reason that it's better to believe the Gospel of Barnabas is a holy book, because there is a verse in the Quran saying those who believe in the book sent to you, Muhammad, and the book sent before that, meaning Allah has told us that there is a book before the Quran that we must believe. So what book we must believe before the Quran? So as for myself, I took a book named Gospel of Barnabas as the book that I believe, the book before the Quran. So if you ask me why, because the name Muhammad is mentioned in the Gospel of Barnabas as the prophet after Jesus. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's true. It's very important information. Very important information that it has a big impact on the Muslim and the Prophet life. Because of that information passed to the people in Medina, people in Medina believe it, and they went searching for this prophet, and they heard that someone in Mecca was preaching a new religion. So they went to Mecca to investigate, and it was true, someone was preaching a new religion, and they listened to him and convinced that he is the prophet of what is mentioned in the book before the Quran, in this case, Gospel of Barnabas. What I heard is that they hear this name from the Jews who tell them that there would be a prophet named Muhammad, will be the descendant of Abraham through Ismail. So the Ismailites are the Arabs. So this thing match their finding. Of course, they had asked the name of the preacher in Mecca, being Muhammad, being an Arab descendant, so they were convinced and then invited the preacher to come to Medina, and they promised that the preacher would be made as a leader to the people in Medina. So that's it. That's how the migration of Muslim from the oppressive people of Mecca to Medina. And it created a big impact on the history of Islam. So how important is this information? And it was written in a book named Gospel of Barnabas. So if I ask you, is it good to believe? Is it good not to believe? Is it good to follow the scholars than to disbelieve? Or to follow what I say? I'm not a scholar, but I read the Quran and also the Gospel of Barnabas and had some knowledge of Islam. So either you follow them, the scholars, and you become a person who disbelieves in the Gospel of Barnabas, or you follow me, a non-scholar, then you become the one that believes the Gospel of Barnabas. It's up to you. When I rationalize it, if I can advise you, it's better to believe that Gospel of Barnabas is the true gospel from Jesus, because we don't know in the future life that God may ask the question, why you don't believe? And another question to the people who don't believe, God will ask, why you don't believe? But to people who believe, God may ask, why do you believe? It is easy to answer the question on why we believe. We just mentioned the name of the Prophet Muhammad was mentioned, and that is easy answer. Then the answer of why you don't believe. And if you fail to give the answer, then it is not impossible for God to send a person to hell because of not able to answer a question like this. It's only possible, because in the day of judgment, God will interact with a person for a long time. So many questions will be asked, but some lucky people, no question will be asked, and straight away going to paradise. But some people, question will be asked before admitting to paradise. Maybe not going to paradise, depend on how the question would be answered. This is something that I learned from religious school, that God asks us question in the day of judgment. So the day of judgment that we are being judged, whether to be given reward or be given punishment. So my advice to you is better to believe that Gospel of Barnabas is the holy book guy. Thank you very much for being with me. Salt.